It'll be one to go this time by. Coming to the green, buddy. Coming to the green. Let's go get him. Go, go, go. Dig, dig, dig. Go, 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 go.
Get your motor running. Head out on the highway.
Move along with our Avails press conferences here this afternoon and move into our NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series press conference for tomorrow's Easy Go 200. And, of course, we're down to the final 4 races of the 2008 season. And once again, we have a great championship race. As it always seems to be, it's gone 12 of the 13 seasons down to the final race to be decided. And we're assuming that with all the twists and turns that seem to come with the series, that the same thing will happen this year. We've got with us today our defending champion and 3-time champion who drives the, I guess it's a VFW sponsored truck this week, Kevin Harvick Inc., number 33, Ron Hornaday Jr. And we also have with us our current championship leader, who is also the 1995, which was then the NASCAR Busch Series, now the Nationwide Series champion, Johnny Benson, who drives the number 23 Toyota Certified Used Vehicles Toyota. He currently has a 65-point lead in the series. And Ron, we'll ask you first, since you are the defending champion, give us an assessment of how the season's been and where you see it going here in the next 4 races.
Well, I wish I can say that, Owen, because I don't know where it's going. And, you know, Skinner and I had a battle like this last year, and it took one of us to have problems. And, you know, at Texas, we spun out, and Skinner finished 3rd and put him back in the lead and went down to Homestead. So, in Phoenix. So, same deal. You know, Johnny would have had a pretty good point lead if he didn't blow a tire at Vegas. And if I didn't run out of gas, I'd still be in a points lead. So, this is the way the season's going. I mean, I can blame Jack Sprague for Bristol. You know, he ran in the back of me and took me out of the race. But other than that, you ain't going to do that. It's just one of them seasons, and we're just going to have to watch our P's and Q's, cross the T's and dot the I's, and just keep doing what we've been doing and try to win races and lead the most laps. And hopefully we can catch Johnny by then. But they've been strong. Every time I've tried to, you know, win a race, Johnny finished 2nd, I finished 2nd, he finished 3rd. So it's going to come down to the wire, and I'm glad to see Johnny's running good for Bill Davis. He's been there every year. He's been having problems. I remember last year he blew a tire or something here, or the year before that, lost a drive shaft.
Yeah, spring race.
Yeah. So I mean, anything can happen. We're just we're going to make sure our tires were perfect, and hopefully we can get on the track and this rain gets up so we can see our tire wear, and we're just going to race the racetrack, and we'll worry about Johnny at Homestead.
Hey, Johnny, why don't you tell us how the season's gone? Each of you's won 5 times this year, and that represents, even though we've had 10 different winners, between the two of you have won virtually half the races. It's kind of been back and forth, back and forth.
Well, like Ron said, the last 3 seasons here in the Truck Series has been a lot of fun to come and race and have an opportunity to at least be right there in an opportunity to try to lead a championship deal. Now, this year is the first year we've actually led it, and with a better opportunity than possibly 2 years ago. You know, when we were chasing Todd down, we were doing everything we could to chase him, and we actually were getting you know, to the point where we were sitting pretty good. And of course here at Atlanta we had broke drive shaft, and it pretty much took us out of that deal. This year both myself and Ron have had problems. I think if you look at our average finishes this year, the last 2 seasons, I don't think we'd be in the top 5.
Yeah.
So it's been an incredible year. You know, Ron's won 5, we run 5. Both have the same top 5 finishes. Both have the same top 10 finishes.
I know you're looking at, do we?
Somebody's telling me this stuff.
Yeah, I was going to say, because I don't pay
Yeah,
attention.
I got 2 DNFs. How many DNFs you got?
1.
1.
Well, actually 2, but I don't know if that
1.
Bristol counts. I went out there and slowed up the last lap just to.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. So.
See. So it's all been pretty close. We've I think our seasons have pretty much mirrored each other. You know, he's definitely led a lot more laps, but I really don't care about that aspect of it. I only care about winning a race. Probably ought to look at that because he's got a lot more bonus points than I have. But it's been fun to race with Ron, and to have it come down to, at least at this point in time, there's mathematically a couple people that could probably get involved, but I think it's really going to come down to.
As long as we don't do like they did in the ARCA deal, we'll be all right. We don't have to.
We're not going to do that.
Yeah, we're not going to do that.
Okay, all right. Got that covered, right? Well, you know, it's going to be fun. You know, Ron's is a great competitor, and you know, I think we've watched each other race each of our careers. You know, maybe in different time aspect where he's in the trucks. I was in the Cup or running a nationwide deal, and I've seen Ron win a lot of races and, of course, win some championships. And there's no better person to go out and race with because he's going to give it 100, 110%, and we're doing the same thing. And I think as for the fans, they're going to see a good battle right to the end.
Okay, do we have questions in the back?
Hey guys, Doug Turnbull, WSB Radio. This question is for each of you. Camping World announced as the new sponsor of the series for next year. That's really big news, replacing Craftsman. I just wanted to see each of your thoughts on that. I think there was probably not a sponsor announced for longer than any of us wanted to be comfortable with. What do each of you think being winners in the series?
Well, I mean, what Marcus is doing with Camping World, and I think with us winning the championship shows what kind of publicity they get out of it. Now with being the major sponsor of the Truck Series, I almost said it, but it's going to be so hard because we're so dedicated to NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series, what Craftsman's done, because we didn't have a sponsor when the series started in '95, and they come aboard and done great things with NASCAR and put it where it's at. So I'm sure Marcus and everybody at Camping World is going to do the same thing with NASCAR, going to bring bigger and better things, and I'm looking forward to it. That just shows everybody that NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series is going to be a Camping World Series now. It's not going nowhere because they signed for another 7 years, and I'm pretty proud of that. So it means a lot. At least I got at least 7 more years of racing.
Yeah, it's neat to finally hear somebody that's going to do this because I think it's going to be a tremendous value for Camping World. I mean, some of the best racing. I know in our aspect it's some of the best racing because we have a lot of fun doing it. But for the fans, we hear a lot of people say some of the best races out there. So I think dollar per dollar, they're going to get a great value. We're hoping to give all the drivers new campers. They going to do that? I told them we were getting free tools from Craftsman. We have to talk to them about that.
Yeah, well,
so we can
we'll
get a couple campers or something. But
it sounds like I've been helping Tripp out. I mean, Tripp's getting a good deal. He went to Camping World the other day and got a heck of a deal.
My crew chief's already went and got one, so I think he paid for it. But it's cool to have somebody that's been in a sport, understands the sport, and is now going to be our leadership of our series. I think it's going to be great.
Jeff?
Jeff Hood of the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. This is for Johnny. Your team owner, Bill Davis, has kind of been an integral part of this sport for 20-plus years. What would it mean to finally give him a championship?
It's going to mean a tremendous amount. We talked about it the other day, and it's, we're doing everything we can. Mike had his opportunity last year. We did the year before. So I think as far as Bill Davis Racing and Truck Series is going to be a contender and a threat for a championship for many years to come. So we would definitely like to do that, for Bill. I know it's been a little – the last year or two has been tough with him on the Cup side. So it's going to be something that we're going to all be pretty proud of if we can manage to get this championship for Bill and Gail. I think it's important. I know it means a lot to myself to be able to get that done. And I think the team is trying obviously really hard to do it. I know Ron and their team's trying real hard to get a championship for their guys too. So it's going to be a fun battle, but I think it will definitely mean a bunch to get this for Bill Davis Racing.
Dwight Drum, RaceTape.com, for both drivers. It wasn't too long ago that the Truck Series, you say, in the past decade wasn't nearly as competitive, wasn't as if, it wasn't really going anywhere supposedly, and yet now.
What races were you watching?
Well, anyway, now it's a highly competitive series, and it's exciting. Your comment on that?
Well, I think that the difference maybe when it started to what it is now, they had a lot more Cup owners in it, I think, when it originally started, so people think that, well, just those teams are the only people that are going to win. I don't believe that was the case. I've ran some races back when they first started, and we were right there running with Kurt Rourke, which is just a small independent guy trying to run these races, and we were competitive then. We saw a lot of different people. I enjoy going to the winter heats when they first come out, and I think when it first started, a lot of people thought maybe it'd just be a fad as far as racing trucks, but with Craftsman coming on board and NASCAR really sticking behind it, it's been, they've been around, 11, 12 years now. I don't foresee that being a fad if you're running it 12 years. So they're going to be around a long time. I thought the races have always been good. They've always been competitive. If you look at our first 8 or 9 races, or first 10 races, there's 9 different winners. I mean, you can't ask for it to be any more competitive than what it is today. And, maybe when it first started, because of all the Cup teams in there was probably maybe 6-7 guys that are going to win it. Today, there's 10, 15 teams that can win a race at any time.